did the dinosaur feel just before the big math test? Okay. Okay. So here, what we're working on are decimals and percents. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Oh, you guys have this. Thank you. Good. Take out your Cornell notes.
I have no more.
You have the decimals and percents. It's pre-algebra time. And it's 12, 13, 12. Did everybody have fun on 12, 12, 12, 12, 12? You know where they are.
Watch the Austin Nally thing.
Okay, we're going to talk about number 5. And believe it or not, on number 5, you're going to discover something you didn't know that you will be surprised about. Because you're going to have your summary question, you're going to have your aha moment, I promise. So, Mr. J. Doe has a taxable, he has a taxable income of $9,000. So his income is $9,000. Okay? The income tax rate is 16% on the first $4,000. So what are we going to have to calculate on 4,000?
I don't know.
We're going to have to calculate 16%. Because tax means you got to pay. So 16% on 4,000. Okay? And we have to calculate 19% on the next 4,000. So then he has to pay 19% on like $4,001 to $8,000. So 19% on the next $4,000 and 22% on the last $1,000. Stinks, doesn't it? So we need to calculate tax on $9,000, and they call that tiers. In tiers, T-I-E-R-S. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to calculate tax on $9,000 in tiers. Not tears crying, but tiers, levels, like stairs. Okay? I'm going to move it up now so you can see it, okay? We can show 16% two different ways. How could we show it? As a decimal, what would that look like?
16.
0.16. How else could we show 16%?
16 over 100.
16 hundredths, right?
Yeah.
16 hundredths. How could we show 19%?
19 over 100.
19 hundredths or
19 over 100.
19 over 100. How could we show 22? 22%, excuse me.
0.22.
0.22 or
22 over 100.
22 over 100. How do you think would be the best way for us to calculate this?
Decimals.
Decimals or fractions?
Decimals.
I have something to share with you. It's going to be fractions.
What?
And this is the aha moment, I promise. Because watch this. 16, okay, let's take 4,000. So let's call this A, let's call this B, and let's call this C. Because we have to do these 3 calculations, right? And then what are we going to have to do? Add them together, thank you. So, we get 16 hundredths times 4,000 over 1. Does anybody see any way they could simplify?
Yes.
Oh, is there an easy way to simplify some stuff?
Divided by 4? You cross multiply.
Well, let's just get rid of a 0 here and a 0 here. Oh. Do you guys know 16 times 40? Is that an easier calculation
Yes.
than doing decimals?
Yeah.
What's 16 times 40?
640.
640. You've done your first calculation. That's calculation A. Is that easier than doing decimal multiplication?
Wait, do you
Yes.
have to subtract that, or is that the?
No, that's our answer for A. You're done with calculation A. Let's do calculation B. Does it matter which order we do it in?
No.
Let's try it this way. 4,000 times 1900. What do we do?
Take out the
Take out
zeros.
the 2 zeros.
Divide by 100. That's what we're doing. We're dividing both 4,000, or we're multiplying this one by 1,000, and dividing this one by 1,000. By 100, excuse me. 19 times 40,
360. Oh, no.
760. You're close. Only off by a couple. And that's calculation B. Boom, it's done. Calculation C, which one do you want to put first? 22 over 100 or 1,000?
20 over 100.
Okay. Because it doesn't matter because of what? What property allows us to do it in either order?
Location.
The
Commutative.
the commutative property. Get rid of a couple zeros. Divide 1,000 by 100 and multiply 22 hundredths by 100. 22 times 10,
120.
220. And that's calculation C. And then we're going to add 640, 760, and 220 together. 0, 0, 0.
1,620.
Oh, okay. Fine. 1,620. Calculate tax on $9,000 in tiers. So we did 3 calculations and use decimals, or fractions to multiply, then add, and what was your aha moment?
When you use fractions.
Fractions were easier. But why were they easier?
Because you can divide by 100.
Yeah, we're easier because we were multiplying by multiples of 100. And then add something else that you learned from this example. Are we cool?
Yep.
Awesome. Fractions are your friend.
No, they're not.